Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name's Candace and today I have a lovely peaceful morning flow for you, which is just the perfect way to start the day. You can also do it at the end of the day because it's going to be really restful, but I just think it's a great way to gently wake up the body and just start the day in a really mindful, present way so that you can carry that, hopefully, throughout today's journey. So we're going to do a little bit of pranayama in today's class, and we're actually going to start with one. So just going to give you a little bit of information before we get into the pose, just because I'd like to, once we're in the pose, really be resting together and breathing it out. So we're going to be inhaling for a count of 4 and exhaling for a count of 6. Now, if you're a little bit more intermediate, you're more than welcome to exhale for up to 8, the count of 8. But let's keep it up to the count of 6 today if this is quite new to you. It's extended exhale breath. So we're going to actually lie down on our backs just to open up the chest as we do this breath together. Try not to force the breath, allow it to be quite natural. We can practice one together now so that you get the feeling of the count of the breaths once we lie down. And today's class is also going to be more intermediate because I'm going to try to keep cues to a minimal. I'm not going to be over explaining how to get into each posture. I'm also not going to over explain when you should be inhaling or exhaling. So please just make sure you understand yoga and know how to follow along and modify for your body. It is going to be a gentle class and a peaceful class, but without those extra cues, I just don't want any injuries. So please try and make sure that you know what you're doing before taking this class. Okay, let's take a little practice before we lie down and do these breaths together. So we're going to be closing our eyes, resting the face. Make sure your facial muscles are all completely rested. And we're going to say to ourselves in our heads once we're lying down, or you can just go with your body, but if you want to, it might help to count. You can even just whisper it to yourself if you like. So we're going to say inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do one with me without saying anything yourself. Say it in your head if needed, or just hear my voice. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's all we're going to be doing. So let's lie on our backs. If you get yourself 2 blocks, yoga blocks, put them in the shape of a capital T. So you're looking at the T shape here. You've got the one at the top is parallel to the top of the mat, and the opposite one is in the center and lying down towards your bum. And then just rest your back onto these blocks. You want this first block closest to you to not rest any lower than the lowest part of your ribs. So you want it on that lowest part of your ribs and up from there. And then rest your head back onto that capital T behind you. So get yourself comfortable in this position, opening up through the body. You can have the blocks on the lowest level, or you can just lie on your back if that's better and that's all you want to do. You can do that. And then with your hips, just bring the soles of the feet together. And we're going to allow our knees to fall nice and open. So you're almost in a reclined butterfly shape. You can take your arms out to the sides in a T shape, or even better in a cactus shape, so that your elbows are in line with your shoulders, your hands are in line with your elbows. So now we're in this position, we're going to do our breaths. I'm going to speak for you just for 3 of the breaths and then continue on your own. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep counting. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Continue breathing like this in your head. You can count. Taking one more breath just like that. Now bring your breath into an ujjayi breath, which you're going to carry throughout your class today. Nice deep inhales and exhales in and out of the nostrils, if possible. Okay, slowly draw your hands down to your belly. Stay where you are. Just rest your hands on your belly or your hips. Take your hands underneath your thighs and gently come up onto your forearms. Take your time. Coming up, hug your knees and just arch your back. Take your forehead to your knees. Taking a butterfly pose, you can use your blocks to rest your head. You can stay up tall or come on all the way down to your forehead, opening up through the hips. And draw yourself up, remove your blocks, move them to the side. Coming onto all fours, let's take our 3 cat-cows. Extend your left leg out to the side, out to the left. Just move your hips to the right, feeling that stretch, and like a little pulsing sensation. And now let's thread the needle, right arm rises, and take a grip of those left toes if possible. Your left arm can stay where it is, or you can bring it up and over your ear. Coming out of your twist, come all the way up onto your kneeling position and just take a side body stretch to the left. Tilt your chest to the sky. Come back to all fours, raise this left leg and the right arm. Finding a pulse using your glutes. Now take a grip of that left leg with your right hand, kick up to the sky. Now cross that left leg over the right, coming into our cow face Gomukhasana pose. You can sit your bum onto a block if that helps you with the elevation of the hips. Take a moment getting the legs comfortable. You can just stay here, or you can take the full expression of the pose. Take the left arm up and over your head. And the right hand can grip the left hand if possible. Release the hands, taking a twist to the right. Come back to the knees, lift that left leg again, lift the right arm, taking those pulses, using your glutes. Now plant your right hand, keep the left leg lifted, and very slowly open the leg out to the side and see if you can bring it out in front of you. Half split pose, half Hanumanasana. Keeping the spine nice and long. Come on forwards, low lunge, hands raised to the sky. Keep the hips squared. Squeeze your right glute. Take the left arm down to the ground, right arm up and over the ear, taking a stretch through the side body. Plant your hands, step into a three-legged down dog. Left leg is lifted. Open up through the hip. So open your hips out to the side. Keep your arms squared. Find some circles with that left knee. Circle in the opposite direction. And then back to your three-legged down dog. Plant that leg down, downward facing dog. Wave to plank. Hold your plank just for a moment here. Tap your left leg to your left elbow, step back, plank. Tap your right knee to your right elbow, step back, plank. Taking a chaturanga with me, meet me in down dog. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Roll yourself down to your knees, taking a cat-cow. Come to neutral, step that right leg out to the side. Find that little hip movement, just bobbing your hips from left to right. Feeling through that inner thigh, giving it a little stretch. And then take your thread the needle, left arm lifts, thread it under the right, take a grip of those toes, finding a lovely twist. Breathe deeply. Bring yourself out of your twist. And let's take our right leg up and behind us. Raise it, raise the left arm. Find those bounces using your glute. And then take a grip with your hand to your right foot. Kick up and back up to the sky. Let go of that foot. Take the knee over to the opposite side of this left knee. Sit your bum back into your Gomukhasana cow face pose. Take your time getting comfortable. Once you are, maybe you can take the full expression, raise the right arm up and over, taking a grip of the left hand. Release the grip of the hands. Come forward back onto your knees. Keep that right leg lifted. And let's take our pumps once again. Lift the left arm. We actually forgot something, so we're going to take that right leg out to the side, come up onto your knees, onto your left knee. We're going to take a side body stretch to the right. Tilting the chest to the sky. Bring your hands back down, lift that right leg behind you, and now we're going to very slowly as you can, bring it out to the side. If you can keep it straight, great. Bring it into your half split, half Hanumanasana pose. Keep your back nice and straight, feel that hamstring stretch. Roll forwards into your low lunge, bring your hands to the sky. Taking your right arm down to the ground, take a side body stretch, getting deeper into that psoas muscle. Send your hips even further forward, square them off, squeeze your glute. Plant your hands and we're going to step into a downward facing dog. Three-legged downward facing dog. Right leg lifts to the sky as high as you can. Open up the hips. Keep your shoulders square. Find some hip circles. And then rotate in the opposite direction. Square the hips off once again. And then come down into your normal downward facing dog. There's something else I forgot, unfortunately. So we're going to bring our left knee down, coming back into our Gomukhasana with the left leg on top. Taking a twist behind you. We forgot the twist. My brain must be not working today. Excuse me, everybody. But we're getting these poses in, so that's all that matters. Come out of your twist, back into your downward facing dog. Roll yourself into plank. Squeeze your glutes and hold your plank. Take a left knee to the left elbow. Hold it for a moment. Step back. Do the same with the right. Step back. Take a vinyasa, meet me in down dog. Downward facing dog. Roll yourself down to your knees. Take a cat-cow. Open your knees out wide and we're going to slide into our frog pose. So your knees should be parallel to each other and your heels parallel with the knees. You can stay up on the forearms just like this. You can rest your head on a block. Or you can come all the way down to your chest and give into gravity. Lift yourself up. Bring your knees together to touch. Feet come open in hero pose. You can stay seated in your hero, or you can lie yourself all the way down into a reclined hero pose, taking your hands to your belly. Coming back to those breaths that we started with, I'll count us through 2 rounds. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Continue going. Taking one more. Return to your Ujjayi breath for a moment. Okay, gently bring yourself up onto your forearms. Rest there just for a moment. And then push yourself all the way back up and take a comfortable seat. Any cross-legged position of your choice. Take the hands to the mat, fingertips face your legs, thumbs outside edges. Taking a stretch through the palms into the forearms. Maybe find a rock if that feels good, or stay still. Release the hands, take the opposite sides down to the mat, thumbs inside edges, spread the fingers. Come on up, give your hands a little shake out. Take your hands to the opposite sides of the mat, extend your arms, lock your elbows, and find some neck rolls slowly from shoulder to shoulder. Taking one more roll of the neck, come to neutral, place the tops of the hands with the palms facing the sky to your knees, close your eyes, come to a natural breath. Sit up tall through the spine, relax your shoulders, take a moment of peace, just no talking, try not to miss this part. Before we end this meditation, take a moment to say a sentence to yourself, something that just comes to you. Maybe it's a quote you've heard, maybe it's something, an intention that you have for yourself for the day ahead. Whatever it may be, just say it to yourself in your head. And picture it written on the walls behind your eyes. Look at that word or those words. Repeat them to yourself. And then let's gently move the fingertips, keeping the eyes closed. Raise the hands to the sky. Draw them up and touch with your faith following. Big inhale. Exhale, draw your hands to your heart center. Take a bow. Namaste, everybody. You can open your eyes. I hope you have found some wonderful peace within during today's class and that it set you off on the right path for your day ahead or your evening. I hope your body is just feeling more aligned with how you're feeling within as well. And if you would like to share your affirmation or your words that you said to yourself and wrote behind your eyes, then please do write it in the comments below. I'd love to know what intention you've set for yourself. For me, it was All We Have Is Now, words by Eckhart Tolle, one of my favorite spiritual teachers. Not that I have favoritisms, but he really resonates with me the way that he speaks. So whatever your words were, share it with me if you can. If not, share with me how you got on with today's class and how it left you feeling. Until our next class, have a wonderful day, everybody. Love and light.